Want to welcome you back to Objects from the Outer Branch. We're sponsored by Case Auctions. We are today at the South Union Cemetery, established very, very early in this community's history, and already by 1836 it was mapped out to the size that it is today. The cemetery was more or less lost for many, many years because in 1922 the new owner of the village took up all of the limestone markers that were here and ran those through a rock crusher. So any physical evidence of the cemetery was lost for nearly 100 years. And it wasn't until 2011 that through ground penetrating radar and the help of UK archaeologists that we were able to find the perimeters once again of this cemetery. They discovered about 420 grave shafts here. And luckily, even though the physical evidence is gone, the Shakers did keep records. And in what they call the necropolis, they list everyone that is buried here at the South Union Cemetery. So there were early gravestones here that were actually carved by people that lived in the community. But then later on, the Shakers supplemented and even changed some of the earlier ones out with these lollipop markers. And unfortunately, we have no complete evidence of these lollipop markers either, only pieces. This is one of the larger pieces and one of the only 11 people that we've been able to identify through necropolis records. The rest of the pieces are too small to actually identify someone. But this is Margaret Pickens. Margaret came here with her mother and younger sister in 1830 to join the Shakers. And after a few months, her mother and the younger sister left, but Margaret refused to go with them, and she stayed here and lived in the community until she was 46 years old, and she passed away as a result of typhoid and was, of course, buried here in the South Union Cemetery. We had enough of her name and enough of the death date to be able to identify whose marker this actually was. So kind of a sad end to this cemetery, but in 2011, as you can see up behind me, we have a single marker that just says Shakers, and that was what the Shakers at Sabbath Day Lake requested that we do. And it has the date of the first and the date of the last person that was buried here in the community or in the cemetery. So it's kind of a great thing now to have this cemetery marked off and mowed and a fence around it memorialized once more after many years of being almost totally forgotten.